Good morning, everyone. I hope that you're doing well. This morning we're in Psalm 16, and we're going to read it and see if there's anything that stands out. So let's read the word. Psalm 16, a Miktam of David. Preserve me, O God, for in you I take refuge. I say to the Lord, you are my Lord. I have no good apart from you. As for the saints in the land, they are the excellent ones, in whom is all my delight. The sorrows of those who run after another god shall multiply. Their drink offerings of blood I will not pour out, or take their name on my lips. The Lord is my chosen portion and my cup. You hold my lot. The lines have fallen for me in pleasant places. Indeed, I have a beautiful inheritance. I bless the Lord who gives me counsel. In the night also my heart instructs me. I have set the Lord always before me. Because he is at my right hand, I shall not be shaken. Therefore my heart is glad, and my whole being rejoices. My flesh also dwells secure, for you will not abandon me, my soul to Sheol, or let your Holy One see corruption. You make known to me the path of life. In your presence there is fullness of joy. At your right hand are pleasures forevermore. So this is a beautiful psalm, and in this psalm he's just dwelling on the goodness of God and how gracious God has been to him. I say to the Lord, you are my Lord. I have no good apart from you. And that statement applies. And then that he, I think, describes all the good that God is doing and has done for him in the rest of the chapter. Those in the land who are the other saints in the land, he delights in them. And he comments on how those who go after other gods, their troubles will be multiplied. But the Lord is his chosen portion, and his cup. You hold my lot. The lines have fallen for me in pleasant places. I like that statement. Indeed, I have a beautiful inheritance. So I think he's commenting on, the land, and he's commenting on this steadfast love and the mercy that God has shown him. So it's not just physical, but it's probably mostly just the uplifting that God has brought him, how he has lifted his countenance over and over again, because the Lord has given him counsel. In the night his heart instructs him. He's set the Lord's ways always before him, because God has been at his right hand, and because God is at his right hand, he will not be shaken. He will not be afraid. Multiple places in the Psalms he makes the comment, because the Lord is with me, what shall I fear? What can man do do to me? What fear can I have with the Lord on my side? And so because of these great blessings that God has given him, he says, my heart is glad and my whole being rejoices, and that his flesh dwells secure. So he feels secure, and he feels blessed and rejoices in the Lord, because the Lord has been so gracious to him. And he makes all these comments fortuitously, obviously, in a lot of the Psalms, but he doesn't know about Jesus. He's just looking at the blessings of the Lord in his life. And then he makes, in the final or in the next verse, he says, you will not abandon my soul to Sheol, or let your Holy One see corruption. So this is a statement that is used in Acts, where I guess it's probably Paul. He's referencing the Holy One, obviously, as being Jesus, and saying, David prophesied that that God would not allow his Holy One, Jesus, to see corruption, that Jesus would not be abandoned to Sheol, which he wasn't, as we've commented before. Jesus was murdered and presented his offering, his sacrifice before the Lord, and he was not worthy of death. He was not worthy of the grave, of Sheol, the grave. Therefore, he did not see corruption in the grave. He was given life eternal, because that's what was due to him. His offering was accepted, and corruption and death was not due him, but life. And so that statement is made here as a prophecy, but David makes it and believes God is not going to abandon his soul to the grave, that there will be resurrection for him, that that his soul will not die, but it will see life again. And then he finishes with, you make known to me the path of life. In your presence there is fullness of joy. At your right hand are pleasures forevermore. And that is just a beautiful statement to end this psalm, reminding us of where our treasures must be laid, reminding us that God makes known to us the path of life. And in his presence, if we seek to dwell there, to follow him, to do his will, there is fullness of joy. And at his right hand are pleasures forevermore. So anything you seek after here, it's not forevermore, but the pleasures at God's right hand are forevermore. So amen to that. Thanks for joining me this morning. I hope you have a wonderful, blessed day.